Let's look at how we can change the website from looking like this to looking like this. How do we get from one to the other? Well, I'm going to walk you through step by step. I am on a local machine for my development, but I'm going to walk you through this as if we were on a live server so that you can see every step that you are going to need to take. So in order to work efficiently, we want to deactivate caching or anything that is going to get in the way of our making changes and being able to see them instantly. So I'm using Swift Performance Lite as my caching. So I'm going to deactivate this. And now we want to go from this type of layout to this type of layout. So that's really easily done. So what I did is I simply start with creating a page that has that structure. So you can see that they have a headline, a line of text, a link, and an image. And below that, they have 4 categories. So 4 columns below a headline, and there are labels. So I simply create a page in WordPress using Gutenberg Editor to create a headline, a paragraph line, a link, and an image. I create a secondary headline. I used a spacer to create some breathing room. And then I have 4 columns for our categories. And that's it. So that's the page. And what that allows us to do is go from this to this. But we still have uh, a lot of ways that we wish to move forward, correct? So we want to go from here to here. How do we do that? It's actually quite easy. Let's do that right now. So we go into theme settings, and the first thing we want to look at is all of the color options that we have. So we notice that the page that we are looking to emulate has no differentiation in colors between its header and its body content, whereas we have 2 colors. We have one for the call to action bar, one for the menu bar, and then one for the body. So the way I like to do this is simply find out what color we wish to emulate, which is this kind of beige. I've already done my homework and I have discovered the hex code for this. So I simply go into the uh, theme settings and I search for page background color, and I change this from stark white to F5 F1 EB, which happens to be this beige color. So I know that I also want the call to action bar, which is call to action bar is here. I want to make this the same color. I also want to make the navigation bar to be that color as well. And all of their link items are black, whereas mine are currently white. So I select black and then hit update. Let's look at what we've done so far. So if we come over to our example, we refresh, we can see that we're getting really close, right? Not bad, but we can take this further. So you might also notice that the fonts are quite different. Whereas the fonts here are Montserrat and very modern, there's more of a retro feel for the fonts that are used on our target page we wish to emulate. So how do we go about that? Let's go into Oxygen, templates, scroll down, find code modifications, and edit with Oxygen. Now, I've built this so that you will not have to dig through all of the advanced features that this system of Oxygen provides. There's only one function that I want you to be able to access from here, and that is under Manage, Settings, Global Styles, Fonts. Now, I have already done my homework to find out what fonts I might want to use. And you can do the same. You can find fonts that work really well together by doing a Google search for font pairing, and you'll find dozens of websites such as this, which allow you or give you a demonstration of fonts that look really good together, okay? So you can literally just pick Fira Sans if you'd like and pair it with Merriweather, and you would be golden. you know that they're going to look good together because you can see how they look here. And if you like it, you use it. If you don't, you keep scrolling. So I've already done some homework, and I know that I want to use Oswald for my headlines, and I want to use space mono for my text. So let's save that, and let's come back and look at what possible changes this has created for us. Not bad. Okay, so now we have more of a typewriter effect here, and we have a bold Oswald headline here. But it's still not the color we'd like it to be. So we can we can close this out actually because we're finished. That's all you'll ever have to do in Oxygen. You'll never have to do anything else. So let's go back to theme settings. Now keep in mind, I could have done all of this in one spot, and I probably should have. So I'm going to grab, I want the headlines, the color for headlines to be black. I want the alternate headlines to be black. I want buttons to be the same color as the page. So I'm going to copy the page colors and paste that here. I want the text of the links to be black. No hover color, so we'll make that the same as the page. And when you hover, it'll become this slight maroon color. That'll be fine. Now let's do the same thing for our secondary buttons. So we'll make them the color of the page, and we'll make the text of the buttons black. We'll make the hover color same as the page, and let's also go with this maroon color. So I'll copy it and paste this on the secondary button as well. All right, it's done with our buttons. And let's go with, let's say that all of the links on the page are going to be black. That'll be fine. And we can save that. Now, let's look at this here. We have a really slim headline, very thin lettering, but our letters are very heavy and bold. That can be changed on the page itself. So come in here, select the headline, find it, it's an H1, go to Advanced, and I have built in a custom font weight system for you. So you can type in FW for font weight 100, and you'll see the difference. It goes to very thin, lightweight. So without it, it's bold, and with, it's thin. So let's save and update that. Let's refresh. Looking pretty good. So this is our website, and this is the website that we're looking to emulate. It's pretty close. So we also have the animations. You notice these animate in as we scroll. It's pretty good. Now we have this box around our page. We can make this any color we want, and we do so back under our color. So featured section, background color. We can change this to anything we like. Now I already have done a little bit of homework, and I know that our target website, our inspiration website, uses this hex code, which is FFFCF8. So I'm going to update this, and that'll give it just kind of a white box around. It's very subtle around this. So how do we go about the animations? Back on our page, we have simply a headline, that's H2, and we have a column under that, or a system of columns, which is set to 4. So the way it animates is through an additional class. So I've got them added here. I'm going to remove them. So without a class, let's save it. Jumping around a lot here, aren't I? All right. So without anything added, we have static content. These things do not animate in. But If we select the element we wish to animate, I've created classes for you, such as fade up, and we're going to apply it to all 4 columns by selecting the columns container, and we add fade up. We'll save this. Refresh, and now as we scroll, our elements animate in. And they repeat that animation no matter how many times you scroll up or down on the page, which I think is far better than just animating a single time. So this is going to look good on all devices. So we have very responsive designs here, and that's not bad. All right. So you also have this toggle for accessibility, and it matches the website pretty good, but where would you change the colors for that? Well, we go into our WordPress menu and we look for accessibility, customize. We let that load for a moment. Okay, so now we have all of the colors for this accessibility option. So we could look for toggle button background. And right now it's this color beige, but we can make that a stark, let's make it something bold like a green. So it'll refresh and update, and now it's green. So we can make that match our website any which way we like. We can also change the color of the text and the color of the background. So let's just make a completely different system altogether. So we're going to make this little icon. Let's do something, let's make it white. Okay, and let's go with the background. Let's make it something crazy like purple. And let's make the text white inside. So now we have green and white, and we have purple and white. Now we could also make this orange. We can make it anything that we want, and it depends on what your brand is, what your colors are, and what you desire. So this is a very garish, might be great for a cartoon Batman and Joker kind of thing. So let's go back and make this fit our site as we like it. So I'm going to make the text black. I'm going to make the background panel just a little bit of a sandish color. Let's go with something like that. Okay, good. And let's make our icon black to match our menu, and our toggle button also a bit of a sandish color, but slightly darker than the website itself. Let's come in, let's go something about like that. Not bad, okay. Now you also have various icons that you can choose for your accessibility. So you have a wheelchair and one click and accessibility. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's just save this. Let's go back to our website, refresh, and there we go. We went from our starting point to this, which is remarkably close to this site we were looking to emulate. And we did it all very, very quickly. And you can do the same. And you can do it by emulating any website you like. You can create custom designs to fit your style any way you like. And it's all done very, very simply. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. And I look forward to seeing what you create.